Welcome back everyone to the ultimate guide to Blender 3D rigging and animation, and this is where we left it off. Alright, so let's come out and grab our actual tank tracks. I'm going to move those over like so. We're going to have to mess around with these a little bit. And the other thing I'm going to do is if I press tab, you will see that I have subdivided my tank tracks up. And the reason I've done that is because they're obviously going to be bending around, and if you don't, they're actually going to end up with a lot of stretching, and that might not be something that you actually want. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to actually bring in an array modifier on my tank track. So I'm also going to press Ctrl A, all transforms, right click, set origin to geometry, and then add not add constraint, go to my modifiers tab, add in an array. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my array to fit curve. So fit curve like so. And the curve, of course, is going to be our actual circle like so. Now, the next thing that we want to do is we want to actually bring in another modifier, which will be a curve modifier. So come down, bring in a curve. And the curve, of course, is going to be our Bezier curve like so. And you can see already that is looking pretty nice. Now, the thing is, you can see we've got some issues in here. One of them is that it's way too big at the moment. Now, we don't actually want to shrink it, and what we want to do is just bring it down like so. And then what you'll find is that it actually goes around it like so. We need to move it over as well, of course, because it's a little bit too far over. And we might need to make it a little bit smaller now. So if I bring it down, I'm just going to make it a little bit smaller. And just play around with it a little bit, just getting it into the right place, as you can see. So I'm just going to pull it out just a little bit. Now you are free to move your curve. So if I come to my curve, for instance, and click on my curve here, as you can see, we are free to actually bring this in a little bit still. Don't worry about that. We are actually able to do that. So you can make it fit, you know, a little bit better if you need to. And the other thing is now you can see that we're not quite fitting this. And the reason it's not fitting the actual curve at the moment is because all I need to do now, because I've moved this around, is press Ctrl A, all transforms, right click, set origin to geometry, and now it will actually fit perfectly. Okay, so there we go. Now, if we want to move this now, if I move this, for instance, it's not actually going to do anything because at the moment, our actual curve isn't really moving with this. The only reason the curve's moving is because it's attached to these wheels. So what you need to do is instead is you need to grab your Bezier, you need to grab then your empty, press Ctrl P, and then you're going to click Object. And what that's going to do now is it's going to parent up the actual Bezier, as you can see, to our tank wheels and our actual curve. So now if I come to my curve and I move it, you will see that we've got tank tracks that actually move up and down. Now the problem we can see is they're moving the wrong way, and that's not something that we want. So what I want to do now is I just want to go into my curve. I want to press tab. I want to press A, and then all I'm going to do is right click, and you're going to have one if you come down which says switch direction. So just click that on, switch direction, press the tab button, and now when I move them, everything should move perfectly. And again, remember, you have got control over how close to this floor that your tank tracks move. But that in a nutshell, what we can do now is I can put this on 1, for instance, so, and then press I, location rotation scale, and then let's put it on 200 like so, and let's move it all the way over here like so, and then let's press I, location rotation scale, and now let's go. And there you go. You can see you've got moving tank tracks that move perfectly with the actual terrain. You can see that, as I said, if your terrain is really jumps up, what will happen is the more wheels you've actually got in, so the more tank-like it is, not wally, for instance, the better it's actually going to be at moving over things, because each of these wheels would be smaller and they'll have a much more surface area that's connected to the actual floor. All right, everyone, so that's that one done. So what I want to do now is I just want to tidy this up. I want to put this into my actual tank tracks. I want to put my also my curve in there and just make sure everything's in there. I just want to make sure that it's still working, which it is. And then what I want to do is I want to close this down now. I want to open up now my fire, light and flicker. And this is the one that we will be doing on the next lesson. I'm also going to go up and save it. And basically, I hope you learned a lot from that. Tank tracks are quite complex. It's something that we needed to put in this actual guide if it's going to be, you know, a full course on animation and rigging. All right, everyone. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.